So, guys, it's David here, and it's day 380. I hope you guys are doing well, and like always, are doing better than yesterday. Yes, this whole time I had a mic, it was just down here, and the audio was shit. So, I'm gonna just hold it for now because I don't have a stand. But either way, today I was pretty damn excited, right? I was supposed to use his camera, make clips, use those clips and then just make some amazing content or at least the bare minimum different. And I did, guys. I walked around today looking like a total weirdo holding this camera, timidly and stuff, trying to record some different content or just film some shots. But when I came back from work tonight, I was eager. I was so excited. Hop back into this chair in this office, open my laptop, plugged in the SD card. I was like, you know what, David, this is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna go through all this, new, hard, exciting work. I'm gonna create this masterpiece, and bam, disappointment hits me as I realized how shitty my laptop was, and I have underestimated that 1080p can be so well so it just fried my laptop, right? I just couldn't edit it. Like, it was so laggy, and I just couldn't do it. So short thing to say is that I didn't make the video. Obviously, this is why I'm holding this stupid mic here, but I didn't make the video, and it's quite disappointing, guys. But I guess that leads to another problem, is that I have to get a new laptop, and that is something I don't have the budget for, but I do think this laptop is due for an upgrade because it is slow. Editing does become somewhat time consuming because of how slow this is, and overall I think giving it a new change would definitely be ideal from as I do my work on here also. But with all that aside, with all this bad news and what's so not, I could say that today was amazing. Why was it amazing? Because I walked around my day looking like a dumbass, holding this camera and talking to himself and fumbling over his words. And why is this brilliant? And why is this a victory? Is because not only was I doing something new, right? Not only was I doing something new, but I was doing this in a public setting, right? And if you have fear of doing something, like me, especially, like me talking to strangers, obviously, and like me just holding this camera, talking to a camera to you guys, if you are shy or scared to do such things, when you actually do something like this, it is as if you just like slap yourself on the face and say, "Ha, I told you so," right? I told you so I can overcome this fear. And I just can't really put it into words and explain to you guys what that actually feels like to overcome one of your own hurdles and challenges that you have been battling your whole life, right? Like for me, I had always been timid. I had always been timid, and all the bullies at school did not help. I'm not saying they didn't shape me. All I was saying that it definitely made me more timid, right? And I was shy to talk, and for my whole life I have not expected myself to make one single YouTube video. And here I am, day 380, and it's totally crazy. But it all started one day. I just said to myself, look, I am going to be judged anyways, right? People are going to judge me. But the thing is, I don't know what other people are thinking. I don't know what other people are judging me on. And I cannot change that fact. So rather than live on the fear of the judgment of others and the opinions of others, maybe I should just live by myself, live like how I want to, and just see how far I can go by doing such. And yes, it's going to be awkward. It's going to feel uneasy and unsettling doing something you never done before. And that goes with everything, right? The first thing you try in life, no matter how significant or not, feels weird, feels awkward, but that does not mean it's wrong, right? There's no right way or wrong way to do something, right? And we can't just say it's wrong because we don't like how it feels, or it's wrong because it's awkward, or it's wrong because someone is laughing at you. Because if you are living by these judgments and circumstances, then you'll never really be someone different. You'll never be someone who you could have always become, right? So being weird or what's or not, right? People may have judged me, whatever, holding this camera, trying to be an influencer, whatever, right? But by doing something different, right? It just changed my paradigm, right? It is as if I have just beaten another level of life. And it just is such a great feeling, guys. But not only was that the reason why today was so fabulously well, it was also because I just detached myself from my old habitual behaviors. I was more conscious about why I was doing things. I was more conscious with why I was just coming back home every single day, stuffing my face with food and just watching TV to waste away the time. By being more conscious, I had allowed myself to sustain myself from such behaviors, because it was clear to me that if I continue to avoid what is important to me and deny my purpose that I had long seeked out, then I'll be depressed, right? I'll lose more hair. I'll look ugly. I'll lose all self-confidence. And no matter how much I am addicted, or I was addicted to my self pity, to my disappointment, to anger, and whatever, it is not an enough of an emotion to quiet down my ambition to change my life. And this comes back to us being ambitious and busy, or perhaps just me being ambitious and lazy. Like, we always have this desire, but just know, even if you are complacent now, even though if you are not doing anything and you feel like you are lost because you can't seem to conjure the courage to make a change, to make a stand for your own life, just know that your ambition was there for a reason, right? You all had a reason to think differently. Our desire is so unique, right? Not all of us have this desire to change our life, to change those around us. So if you have been inspired with such desire, just know that that ambition will stay with you forever. And even in moments of adversity, right? Even in moments where you feel like you cannot control your own urges, just know there's no negative emotion that will triumph your ambition, right? Eventually you'll realize that I don't want to live like shit anymore, right? But that does require you to make a different choice, because I can continue on and avoid my own ambition for the long as I want and grow old, grow ugly, lose all my hair, become a baldy, right? I could allow myself to do that, and certainly it will happen. And my ambition may never surface and make myself to change, but rather what will and what you need to do is to do something different, because that is the only way that things will become different, guys. We cannot sit here, and I couldn't sit here no longer and expect life will just change on its own, because this is your story, right? This is your story. You are the driver in your story, in the car. You have to change course in order for your life to be different. Even if it's just a small tiny shift in your decision making and just increasing your awareness, that eventually will compound into drastic differences. But if you don't do anything different now, if you don't put down your phone, if you don't, stop going out every single day of the week, if you don't do something about it now, then you're going to wake up tomorrow feeling ambitious, say and make promises that you say you will complete today, and end up lying to yourself again and drown in your own sorrow and self-pity. Because that has been me. And I'm telling you guys, by just waking up and making these empty promises will not change you as a person. You have to actually do something. You have to do something. And no matter what you say, that will not be enough to fool yourself into making a decision. You just have to say, screw it. I don't care who's judging me. I don't care how I feel. I am just going to do something different. And no matter how awkward it feels, I know by doing something, even if it may be wrong, that itself will create a new experience where that may just be enough to change my life forever. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna get going, guys. So I do hope you guys had an amazing night tonight, and I do hope you guys had learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. Good night.